And he answered yes. That's all he did. Now, if you want to make it into something else.
But he talked to reporters after, and that isn't what he said.
If you want to make it into something else, you're manufacturing that. The governor was clear with us when we met with him. We talked about silo way back in December with the governor and said, we're going to work with the Republicans. And what did the governor say? He in essence said, it's possible, but I want to work with the legislature in a bipartisan way to come up with legislation that will deal with school infrastructure issues. So he's said that repeatedly.
But you're saying you're slamming the door on that possibility. Your bill will not allow that money to be used for anything other than infrastructure or property relief?
That's correct, and that's the form that the House has moved forward. I think you moved it out of the Education Committee. That's the form that we have talked about publicly at every turn when asked about this. That's the form that I talked about in front of the AEAs this morning downstairs. It's the form I talked about to school superintendents a week ago today, on last Thursday, with a bunch of school superintendents and council. That's what I said to the School Board Association at a meeting early in the session. That's what I said to the ISEA, the State Education Association, when I spoke to a group of their members. That has been said by all of us from the start. There is no news there.
Do you expect to lose some Republican support after what the governor said about silo yesterday?
Let me ask.
Charlotte, your opening comments about the excuses.
Pardon?
Charlotte wasn't here.
Oh, you want look, I was at a meeting when I was in front of the superintendents. I think it was a week ago, it might have been 2 weeks ago on Thursday. A large group of superintendents from AEA 13 and 12 from Southwest Iowa. Big bunch of school superintendents, and every Republican in the room went through this long set of arguments as to how it would be possible to divert this money to other uses. Well, of course it's possible. The question is it like one superintendent said, well, so if we did this and it was statewide and we issued bonds and then you scoop some of the money and we wouldn't have enough money to pay back the bonds, I interrupted. I said, pardon me. People keep making these excuses up. They're looking for an excuse. They're looking for an excuse to avoid doing what they know their district needs to have done. They're looking for an excuse because it's a little bit tough up here to occasionally say, you know something, I want to go back to my constituents and say it's time to raise a little money so that we get away from Council Bluffs, Iowa, to portable classrooms at Dunn Elementary School. Been there since 1964. They were temporary portable classrooms. So I'm all for fixing the infrastructure. I told that group, Republicans will make up these excuses to not vote for this because they don't want to take a little heat for making a tough decision. It is a tough decision to say we're going to authorize a statewide tax on the penny. It's a tough decision. But is there any likelihood the legislature will divert that money? No, there isn't. You really think we're going to jeopardize the state's bond rating by undercutting local revenues to local school districts? That just simply isn't going to happen. And by the way, there are 100 other ways we can scoop money from local school districts if we want to. When's the last time we did it? Never. We're not going to do that. Republicans know we're not going to do that. But they're a little bit chicken about actually having to say, I want to step up and do what's right for my local schools. Their excuses sound to me like, my dog ate my own book.
In combined reporting, you said that there is some merit in trying to restore fairness to the tax code, and there were small business people here today in that news conference on the call. Do you agree that it's an unfair tax, the loophole, or the current situation?
No, I don't have the same analysis as the governor, but I commend the governor for making recommendations that have to do with making sure our tax code is fair and keeps paying their fair share. But no, I do not agree with the governor's analysis.